had an effect on the personalities of everyone who ate it. To the degree that it says that the Torah could not have been given to people who did not eat the man. It was only given to those who ate from the man. Right. And even more, it says that in some ways the man typifies, represents the whole Torah more than anything else. The man. To the degree that it says that Rav Sadia Gaon says that if a person is caught in some place and he's got a Sefer Torah and he knows it's Shabbos, but he has absolutely no idea which portion of the Torah you read on Shabbos, that you read this week's portion about the man. Why? Because he said the man, this, you want to call it the personifies, it represents the Torah more than anything else. Man. What's the whole idea of the Torah? The Torah is pure godliness that comes into this world, pure godliness that comes into this world unchanged. And even when a person learns it, unchanged. It's true a person can construe and twist the ideas of the Torah, etc. And you can get the ideas wrong. But still the Torah has some effect on a person. Same thing with the man. Everyone that ate the man had some effect on them. Even though it says that the evil people, the man fell far away, so they remained evil. But still it had some sort of an effect on them. And that's the whole, exactly the same thing as the Torah. Good. Daled. Ala Zachin, all of the things, we're reading this in Yiddish, by the way, because we couldn't find it written in Hebrew that we could put it up. So here we go. Daled, we're in Daled. Ala Zachin, all of the things von Welt, from the world. Let me put this over here. Let's see if this will work. Excuse me 1 second. So that I can look, see, and be seen at the same time. Like people went up to the Holy Temple, they could see and they were seen by God at the same time. Okay. Alle Sachen from Welt, everything in the world, nemen sich from Torah, comes from the Torah. Now this is a very basic theme in Chassidut, especially Chassidut Chabad. We can even say it's the purpose to show that everything that's written in the Torah is inside of us. Everything that's in the Torah is inside of us. Inside of each one of us is every idea, every person, every topic, every event. It's all inside of us and it's all around us. And it's with the Torah was given to make us feel our responsibility to Hashem and to the world. That's the Torah. And every single aspect of the Torah, every single aspect of ourselves, we can bring every single aspect of Hashem into the world. And that's to make the Torah alive. So that's what he says, everything that is found in the Torah, everything that is found in the Torah, everything in the world comes from the Torah. The tzvei sugim from lechem, these two types of bread from the earth, the Jews ate matzah, for instance, and also when they came into the land of Israel, they made lechem min hashamayim, and bread from heaven. The man. We said before that there's even opinions that when the Jews ate the bread, the man in the desert, they made a bracha. Instead of hamotzi lechem min ha'oretz, they made hamotzi lechem min hashamayim. It's an opinion. Zayin and Faran, this idea of bread from earth, of bread from the heaven, this, everything comes from the Torah. This is also in the Torah. Was durach Torah, which Torah, vert eingerufen, which the Torah was called lechem. The Torah itself is called bread. And from die zwei suge lechem, and from these two types of bread from the Torah, nemen sich zwei suge lechem begashmis. Because there are two different types of bread in the Torah itself is called bread. Bo lachmu balachmi, it says. Come, eat, partake of my bread. God says, my bread is the Torah. because there are the two types of bread in the Torah, so that that's why there are these two types of bread in the world, bread from earth and bread from heaven. The tzvei sugi lechem, these two types of bread in Torah are the Gilui the Torah, the revealed Torah. That's like the Talmud and the Mishnah and the halachas and the laws and the Chumash, and Penimis the Torah, and the inside of the Torah that talks only about God and the soul. Galia the Torah, the revealed part of the Torah, Heis lechem in order, this is called bread from earth. Penimis the Torah, but the inside of the Torah that talks about godliness and things that you can't see, and that's lechem in Hashemayim, that's called bread from heaven. Galia the Torah, the revealed Torah, Heis is called lechem from the earth, it's called bread from the earth. So leave the kushas b'machlokas, because there's all sorts of questions and arguments, the vos zainen, which are there in them fran, which are in, just like you have to take bread and you eat it, and we want to call it, you have to chew it up, and then there's parts of the bread you can use and parts of the bread which are pushed out of the body. Se is verbunden mit tahara und tircha und yigia. This is connected with effort and hard work, right? You want to make the bread, you want bread to eat. Well, bread does not just come from the grocery store. In order to get bread, you have to have people that plant. Before you plant, you have to plow the land. And it's very different. Then you have to harvest, and you have to grind up, and you have to winnow, and you have to do all these other things. That's what's called, that's the external Torah. But Penimis the Torah, the outside of the Torah, how do you change the page? I still have not learned this trick of changing the page. 1 second. Huh? Penimis the Torah, yeah. Okay, can you do it? Can you change the page? All right, I'll go back to my book then. Oh, here we go. Penimis the Torah, the inside of the Torah, Heis lechem, is called bread from heaven. Make it bigger, please, if you can. This is the Penimis the Torah, Chassidut, Kabbalah. This is called bread from heaven. The lace Talmud, that there is not there, lo kusha, any questions. The lo machlokas, and no arguments. Kuli. And then is nita kain kushas and the machlokas. What did you say? I'm sorry?
You could control again. You just need to.
Thank you very much. Afterwards, you'll teach me how to change the page. I don't know how to do it. Okay. Men darf over.
Do you see the number 41 on the top?
Do I see the number 41? In fact, I do not. I don't see number 41.
It says
it's just to the right of where it says Hebrew books on the top.
Wow, that must be pretty small. I don't see it. I don't see it. This reminds me of my eye test that I just checked that I just had. I passed it though. Okay, I don't know. Let's go.
It's above the page, Rob, in the scroll, right above the page. Different color. It's in a brown.
Then my thing is covering. I see. My thing was covering it over. 1 second.
41, yeah. So you can always change the page there.
Yeah.
Where the arrow is. Do you see where the arrow is?
Oh, yeah. There it is. Wow, look at it. I got it. Yeah. Good. Thank you very much. Yes.
It says the next.
Tremendously small, microscopic small. Very good. You have good eyes. We'll go. Let's go. Men darf aber nit meinen. You should not think vi Bolton, because as Penimis the Torah, that the inside of the Torah is called lechem min hashamayim, that it is bread from heaven. Und das shoin is das shoin nor to Yechidi Segula. This is Shayach. This is only relevant to special Jews. It's bread from heaven. Who's relevant to the heavens? Oich Penimis the Torah, that also the inside of the Torah, Punkt vi man, just like the man is Shayach to all Yidden. It's relevant to every Jew. Just like the man was bread from heaven, but every Jew ate it and every Jew benefited from it. Oich zu Rishoyim, even the evil Jews. And then we're not talking about even evil really Jews. Afilu zu Rishoyim and Pushetin Taich, even in Rishoyim in the simple meaning, not according to the Torah. Jews that really did bad things. Afilu zu Rishoyim, Val nit nor was es vet nit bringen. Not only will it not bring any schaden, any damage, chas v'sholom, punkt exactly wie der man, just like the man was his ein bot pesolis, which there is no waste in it. The man was hat nit gebracht kein schaden. It didn't bring any damages to anyone. No adrava, exactly the opposite. Zu dem was Talmud Godel. The learning Torah is great because Talmud may be lidei maisa. Learning Torah is good because it brings to action. Is the same thing is when a person learns the inside of the Torah. Vet der limud chasidus. If a person learns the ideas in Chassidut Chabad, they spoil, and it will affect sof kol sof in the end that everyone will do tshuva. And they'll learn Torah and doing the commandments. Okay, what's the Rebbe saying over here? What is the nature of a Jew? What's the essence of a Jew? What is a Jew? What is a Jew? Right? Ask the Jews in America and other places. Right? Ask even me. What was it? 50 years ago or something. I would have no idea. I don't know what you're talking about. What's a Jew? A Jew is some. I don't know. It's a people, something like that. I don't know. What is a Jew? Nobody knows. Right? Even the anti-Semites that call you a Jew, they don't even know what a Jew is. They know they hate the Jews. They don't know what a Jew is. There's Jewish organizations and Jewish this, and they don't know what is a Jew. And it comes here, the Rebbe, and he says, what is a Jew? A Jew is something that's so dynamic and so amazingly, what do you want to call it, infinite and practical that we have no comprehension of it. So eat the man. If you eat the man, then you'll start to feel more Jewish. What is the man? The man is Chassidut, or at least the ideas of Chassidut. Like the rabbis say, as Ma'or Shabo, it says that the illuminator of the Torah, that the source of light, which is found in the Torah, the Ma'or from the Torah was thus made, which means the inside of the Torah, Machzir Lamotav. It's so very easy to learn the Torah and think that the Torah is just a religious book, a very complicated, beautiful religious book. Or even worse, it's a piece of literature, an amazing, fantastic piece of literature, nothing like it, right? The Torah. And or it's the source, it's the granddaddy of all the other religions and others. Who would dream that the Torah is the will and the wisdom of the Creator who's creating us right now? Who would dream that people don't even know there's a creator? I certainly didn't. A creator, and the creator gave a book, and this book is what he's thinking right now, and what he wants right now, and his ideas can come into my mind. I can think what he's thinking, the same thoughts. Therefore, Torm and Kayin Eden Nid, only Chassidut explains this connection between the Torah and the Jews and God. The godliness in the Torah and the godliness in the Jewish people. Therefore, Torah nit kain yidden, nit uprising chas v'sholom from limud panim is the Torah. Therefore, we should not discourage any Jew from learning the insides of the Torah, the secret ideas of the Torah. Adrabah, men darv zich mishtadel zan. You have to make an effort and bring in Yidden and bring Jews to lechem min hashamayim, bread from heaven, to learning panim is the Torah, to learning the inside ideas of the Torah. Okay, this cannot be confused. This cannot be confused with like the Kabbalah Center and these other ideas, things. It's true they make ideas, they make use of these Kabbalistic ideas, but they don't include God in the whole business, and they don't include Torah and the commandments in the business because they don't include God. In other words, according to them, Kabbalah is something that sort of removes you from the world, and it certainly does not connect you to God. It just sort of makes you bigger. Adds another, what do you want to call it, supernatural aspect to your life.
I think they refer to it as being a technology that you can use to make your world life better.
Yeah, sure. It's a type of coaching. It's a type of this. Good. Okay, listen, maybe they have a point. It could be that it does. But this is totally not the purpose of it's like, they say that they gave tractors. I don't know if this is a true story, but it could be, that the Australian government, in an effort to improve the status, the state of the Aborigines. So they gave them tractors. They figured they'd give them tractors, and they would, for whatever reason it is, they didn't. Something went wrong with the tractors. Whenever one broke down or something like that. So instead of fixing them, or when they were in the process of fixing them, I understand that these people are geniuses in mechanics. I don't know. Anyway, so they realized that the pistons could be used for like crushing potatoes and things like that. Excellent, much better than wood. So they just took them all apart and used the pistons to crush up potatoes, right? So in other words, it's possible to use something for a purpose that wasn't intended, much lower, but it works. So the world works. So the ideas of Chassidut, though, it's true, there's a lot of ideas of Kabbalah involved, but the whole purpose of Chassidut is to make it practical and bring you to do Torah, learn Torah, and do the commandments in this world with total involvement with Hashem. That's the purpose. The purpose is to bring you to do Torah and the commandments totally involved with godliness, to realize the Torah commandment. But in order to do this, you have to arouse your insides. And that's the idea of Chassidut. That's the inside of the Torah. It arouses the inside of you, that you see the inside of the Torah and the inside of the Creator. Because of this, vet schneller kumen. By means of this, the Mashiach will come quickly. So no, I'm sorry. By means of this, the person himself will come closer and more speedily will come sum emes amiti, to the true truth. Ervet zayin eno mishaker. He'll be like it says what the man did to even the evil people on Shabbat. They weren't able to lie. I'm sorry. What Shabbat does to even an evil person. I'm sorry, I made a mistake. The Shabbat does even to an evil person. It says that on Shabbat, that even the biggest liar, it's hard for him to lie. Shabbat has an effect. And also it says that the man had an effect on everybody, that because of that, they were able to receive the Torah. Even though that they still had the free choice, and they remain. So this is what I heard from my teacher, that when a person learns Torah, and when he learns Chassidut, that it fixes him up automatically fixes up his personality, 5%, 15%, 20%. Automatically it fixes up 20%, but the other 80% you have to do on your own. As vet bayim a rupkenumen, Varen, their sheker from Olam Hazeh. When the person who learns the inside of the Torah, Penimiyut the Torah, especially Chassidut Chabad, it removes from him a bit of the falseness of this world, was fardekt, which covers over un lakent, and it conceals. 1 minute. The emes, the truth. Emes havaya, the truth of Hashem. Biz as bayim, until him vet nit zayin kain machlokas, until it can even get to the point where there's no argument between the godly soul and the animal soul. There's no argument between his natural urges and his Jewish senses. By im velen nit kain kushas besfekos, he won't have any questions and no doubts, etc. Un vet gain, then he can go b'derech hamelech, in the way of the king, Malchus Shalom, the way of the king of the universe. Can we do a little bit further? Should we do further? Another 5 minutes? What do you say? 5 minutes. As vet zayin, there are those. Okay, here we are. We're here. Good. Can you see my pointer? Yes. Huh? As zayin and da zelcha, there are some people, was tainer, which claim, as yeder yidden, that every single Jew was zayin nor darvel nit bebechinas tzadikim, that every Jew, until he reaches this level of being a total tzaddik, is torment ze nit su lazan su penimis Torah. That if a Jew has not learned all the Torah and he has not totally purified himself, you can't teach him these ideas of the inside of the Torah, right? Darf men wesen, you have to know, as der mit was men bewirkt a Yidden, ba wirkt, right? A Yidden, to learn in Pnimius Torah, you should know that by means of bringing a Jew to learn ideas from the inside of the Torah, machzir lamotav, this brings the Jew back to good. Bringt men im, sof, it brings him to do tshuva. What do people say? You want to learn Torah with a Jew, teach him how to do the commandments. Teach him how to do the simple, obvious things. Excuse me, this is connected. Okay. Teach him how to do the commandments. Teach him the basics. What do you have to learn? Teach him these panemius secret ideas, this mystical, spooky ideas for, right? So it says you should know that it's not so. And that the fact of the matter is that when a person learns the inside ideas, the way they are presented in Chassidut, as Brinkman himself, the person in the end will come to return to do tshuva, like we learned in the Maimer in the morning, even the tzaddikim. When oiv men feared sich, verkehrt, and if we do the opposite, and we deny the person to chance, or we dissuade him from learning the ideas of Chassidut, is nit nor not only was my help nit, you're not helping him to be higher, nor adrabah men is im rachman ratzlan medache. It means you're pushing him away from Judaism. Erzol chas v'shalom veren nor nidriker vir is. He becomes lower than what he is. Why? Because what is the ideas of Chassidut? Again, it comes to tell you how user-friendly God is. How infinitely deep God is, how God is infinitely higher than any of the spiritual worlds. But God also creates the spiritual worlds for a purpose, so that you will understand the greatness of God and understand how important you are to God. Und as men wird mannen bei nidche farvos, and when a person, after he passes away, the person, or even earlier, a person who was pushed away will say, for vos areas of Vekniden, why did you were a religious Jew. I wanted to know something about godliness. Why didn't you teach me all the Torah? Why did you keep me away from the ideas of the soul of the Torah? And a person could say, no, I'm sorry, this person that did sins, right? That when he is questioned, why did you do sins? He'll answer, Ki garshani ayom mistapech benachlas Hashem. I went to the religious people, and they didn't want to teach me any ideas about God. I had these questions about God, and they said, leave us alone. We don't have any questions. You have questions, go away. Men at mir fartriben, from sich behelfen zu dem Eberster's nachala. I was driven away from being a part of the inheritance of God. Und men vet faderen, as men soll gut bodig sein, dem was hat im medache. If so, who's going to really be checked out? Not the person who did the sins, but the person who pushed them away. Tzir is finer, is he really better from this other person? Men vet mannen, as men soll dem medache nit mesten und vergleich to the kochos from the nidche. And the person will be compared, who's really higher? The person who was not doing any Torah mitzvahs, or the person that pushed them away from learning the inside ideas of the Torah and becoming intimate, connected with Hashem. Nor like kochos from medacha. Then he will be estimated for this. We'll do this part tomorrow, but I want to just tell an interesting story.